Welcome to the Daily Rewind. Today's classic moment features, you guessed it, Joe Dimaggio. On May 3rd, 1936, after being sidelined at the start of the season because of a foot injury, Joe Dimaggio makes his much anticipated Major League debut. The 21-year-old rookie lives up to all the hype. Dimaggio collects 2 singles and a triple in 6 at-bats, helping the Yankees defeat the St. Louis Browns 14-5. And his first official at-bat was against Jack Knott. Now, also in today's game, Gehrig goes 4 for 5, but unfortunately, Joe's roommate, Lefty Gomez, hits the showers early for the Yanks. Now, for a special treat, I'm going to bring you Joe Dimaggio himself in several rare interviews. He's going to talk about who his favorite players were, what his time was like when he first joined the Yankees. He's going to talk about his hitting streak and a few other things. And I hope you enjoy listening to Joe Dimaggio. And before I bring you Joe Dimaggio, here's a quick word from our sponsor.
Are you ready to be your own boss? Are you frustrated with corporate America? Have you found yourself in a COVID job? Do you want to control your own destiny? If you answered yes to any or all of these questions, but don't know where to start, we understand the choices are simply overwhelming. I want you to know I work with people just like you. Franchising Connection has a simplified program to help you. We offer a personalized service to help you find your exit strategy and get you into business ownership that is perfect for you. How do we do this? We work with you to understand what's most important to you, your dreams, your goals, your skills, your personal characteristics. Using your information, I match you with franchises that only fit what you want. We only work with top-rated franchises to provide you with a home run of a match. Now, if you're interested in getting out of your current situation described above, and you'd like to explore business ownership, I am offering you a free consultation to see if this program's a fit for you. You contact Tom at franchisingconnection.com. Now look, I already know you're walking, you're working out, you're driving a car, you're doing something where you can't write this down. I get it. So all you have to do is click the link in the show notes, and you can book a call with me, and I'd love to talk to you and see if I can help you get out of your current situation and into a business that you are just going to love. You can check us out at franchisingconnection.com, and I can't wait to talk to you.
Now here's Joe Dimaggio on his hitting streak.
It was the players, the way they reacted to the streak. They didn't mention it too much because of fear of jinxing me, but you know that they were elated that I was in this streak, and the day that I broke it, it was just about the whole bench that came out to congratulate me, and they were so happy. And, of course, they talked about it quite freely at that time. Well, there's plenty of pressure, I guarantee it. When I was in that streak, for instance, in 1941, I just couldn't handle the press. I couldn't have, of course, we didn't have TV, but you had radio, but we certainly had plenty of the press around. In every city that we went to, and it wasn't so much that as much as it was the people. After a ball game, why, you'd go to eat somewhere, and they would indulge in all these type of things. They'd come up to you and talk to you, want autographs and things of that sort, interrupt the meal. And, of course, I used to get so many invitations to go to make speeches in the morning. You know, we had afternoon games at that time. So the pressure was from the fans itself. 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, they'd call on the telephone, want an autograph. It's a good thing I had a fellow like Lefty Gomez as my roommate. He just took the pressure off me because he kept me in great stitches all the time, you know, laughing all the while.
You know, when you got a guy like Dimaggio, you think of he's such a historic figure, right? But who's his favorite player? Well, he's going to tell you right now.
Joe Cronin was one, Lefty O'Doul was the other. Lefty O'Doul was just wonderful with kids throughout San Francisco and throughout the country. He always carried baseball, little miniature bats and a lot of baseballs, and he knew the kids loved to play all the time, so he always made sure that he got that supply. And he would visit, for instance, a nightclub in San Francisco in the wintertime, and he knew the kids would be outside waiting for him by his car just to get an autograph. But we didn't ask for autographs so much as we wanted to see Lefty, and every time we saw him, he'd go into his trunk, throw us a couple of baseballs because he knew we were going to go down to the sandlot to play with him. And every once in a while, he would give us a bat. It wasn't, you got bats only when they were broke. But he would give us a bat that was brand new. And, of course, he gave us those miniature bats. So you don't forget those type of things. And he was just a great help to all the kids. Oh, I just loved to play baseball. We didn't have very much of an outlet. We went to school. We had a playground that was close by. And at one part of the field, we had fellows like Hank Lucetti, the great basketball player. I was on the other side of the field. And I was playing indoor baseball, and we had a fellow like another fellow named Fred Apostoli, who became the welterweight champion of the world, and we were all down at one playground. We all played in our different sports. We had a swimming pool there, and we got to know each other. We habitated together. We went out to different places and so forth. So it was fun just to do all those things. I know how the Yankees treated me when I came to camp. When I came there with Tony Lazzari and Frank Crusetta, we drove together in spring training. And Lazzari took me to all the fellas and introduced me to fellas like Gehrig and Bill Dickey. And, of course, they received me very nicely, and they were helpful. You know, you heard stories about ball players when you met them, they were on that team, and they were sort of like a threat. You were a threat to them, taking their job. Why, at that time, I guess maybe it did happen. But not so with the Yankees. They just helped me as much as they could, and things that they might be helpful in teaching me. Not in the batting or playing the game so much as other little factors, being a Yankee and so forth.
In this vintage broadcast, the media spreads the news concerning Dimaggio's new contract with the Yankees, reportedly one of the most lucrative to date.
Joe signs a contract that will reportedly pay him close to $100,000 a year, a salary believed to make him the highest paid player in the history of the game.
Jolting Joe Dimaggio once more becomes baseball's highest paid employee. Joe replaces his bat with a pen to sign a one-year contract again estimated at $100,000.
You know, Mr. Weiss, I feel like old man River. That water certainly is coming up knocking at the door. But I still have a little baseball left in me, and I would like to be on at least 2 more winning teams.
Now, I hope you enjoyed today's classic moments, the interviews with Joe Dimaggio. It's all brought to you by thisdayinbaseball.com. I got some of these recordings off of YouTube. I got some of these recordings off of The Baseball Historian. And I just want to thank them. And you can check them out on our links in the show notes. And in This Day in Baseball has hundreds of classic moments on May 3rd in baseball history. It's not just Joe Dimaggio. You can check out who debuted on May 3rd. For instance, Hal Newhouser, Hall of Famer. You can see who played their final game, birthdays, and passings. There are literally hundreds of events on This Day in Baseball. And, of course, Joe Dimaggio's page itself is chock full of amazing biography by Bob Cohen and hundreds of historical events. So I hope you go and check out thisdayinbaseball.com. And if you could do us a favor, if you have a need for, if you'd like to get into business for yourself, why don't you check out our sponsor, Franchising Connection. And you can also help us out by sharing the show. You can help us out by giving us a rating. The more stars, the better. A like or share, it all goes a long way to helping thisdayinbaseball.com grow. Thanks for joining us today.